Hey there, folks. Dr. Nick here, leader in nutrition and founder of the NutriFit program. Welcome to this short webinar in our Master Your Nutrition webinar series focused on nutrition mindset coaching. And in this short webinar, we're going to just give you some insight into how you can adjust your internal environment so you can really start to be more effective and productive at having things come to fruition out in the external environment. So we're going to start here by looking at what are the key components of mastering nutrition. And this actually is very generic. You could really look at any area of life you want to master, and these four attributes would definitely apply. So the first one is the right attitude. What's happening internally? What are your thoughts? What are you telling yourself? What's your story, as we'll look at coming up? The second is using a method-based approach. So you've got to have some sort of framework or guideline, set of strategies. And if you haven't seen already, check out the NutriFit 5 Eating Strategies webinar, where I cover that off in some detail for you. The third aspect is being results focused, having real clarity there, which we're going to look at soon. And finally, it's having a plan of action, knowing not so much what you're going to do precisely throughout the day, mapping out exactly everything you eat, but more what your game plan is, how you're going to approach the day, how you're going to manage each day. And if you want more info on that, check out the Fundamental Nutrition Principles webinar. You'll get some good information there. And so if we have a look at this quote I've developed, it just highlights how important our mindset is. And in fact, it applies, again, to any area of life, that mastering your nutrition is 80% psychology and 20% how you eat. So we really have to think about what's going on inside. Now, in terms of the attitude, I mean, we could really dive into a lot of depth here. But the first thing is that I'm sure you'll agree, most of us find maintaining a positive attitude is really not easy with nutrition. There's so many things that erode our ability to get progress. And commonly it's, I don't have enough time, or I don't know how to cook, or I don't know what meals to prepare. There's all sorts of things that come up. And what we know is that there's a key set of traits that successful people in this area demonstrate. And again, there's four of them. The first is certainly a level of desire. They really want to start taking action and indeed get into action very quickly. They have a level of faith, knowing that, and this is not just a religious type of faith, this is believing in your ability to figure things out, knowing that you can actually work out how you're going to progress, how to overcome all the challenges that are going to be thrown your way. And there will be a lot of challenges, and that's, in fact, the third aspect is that, successful people with nutrition, they maintain the same direction. They get thrown off, things happen. We go out, we have social occasions, we're tempted, there's emotional drivers, there's a big one. But it's the ability to get back on track quickly that counts. And as this quote here says that, we need to really embrace and, in fact, welcome nutrition challenges, because they're a key part of our journey. It's going to happen. And in fact, if we accept those and look forward to them, that's how we learn, that's how we progress, and ultimately we triumph. And then it's lastly, don't delay. I encourage you to, as soon as you finish watching this webinar, do something different, even if it's grabbing a drink of water, or thinking about, hey, can I be prepared tomorrow in some, better way with a piece of fruit or some extra snack. So those who take that step, don't spend their time on one leg waiting to step forward, often are going to get to where they need to be, and even faster than they expected. So really, it's about not only nourishing our body, but also nourishing our mind every day, feeding our mind with good thoughts, being the guardian of our mind from things like, messages that negative self-talk, like, oh, this is too hard, or it's no point, I can never get traction, I can never lose weight, or I can never, be healthy. We need to really adjust that internal environment. And so a key part of that is being clear on where you want to go. The number one in learning and progressing in any area is having a vision. And a big part of that is clarity on result setting. So take something that you can write down really clearly what your key nutrition results are that you want to manifest. You can use the form that I'll post up along with this webinar as well. And once you've got clarity, make sure if you're looking for, say, body weight reduction, what is the exact body weight that you want to achieve, or percent body fat, or what level of energy are you after? Do you want to complete a certain event, that you're working towards? And then put a date. You need an exact date. And that's because on that particular date, you want to take yourself there in the future and imagine you've already achieved the result. So this is like, I use the analogy of, jumping in a little time portal, away you go. And let's say, I don't know, it's the 1st of December, 2016. And just immerse yourself in that moment that you've achieved the result, the level of energy, health, physique. You've got that ideal physique. How do you feel? Do you feel more confident? Are you proud? Do you have a great sense of energy and well-being? And what is the what's there for you? And just write that down. That's your why. This is the real important aspect of your result setting. That's the driver. That's going to really keep you moving forward every day. And you really need to keep your results present. So put them in a place where you can see them. Don't hide them away. Post them maybe on the fridge if you're bold, in your wardrobe where you can see them daily. Just wherever you are able to consistently remind yourself of what your results are. And here's an interesting one as well. I just posted this quote recently that we consider most who fall short of their dietary regime or diet is because they're actually given things. They're given a prescription of what to do, rather than, hey, where are the actions coming from internally? So if you want to really make progress, you need to really master your nutrition philosophy. What's the basis for what you do? And then you'll really start to master this area. And so to help you with that, this is a really cool exercise I do with a range of audiences, certainly with my individual consulting. It's actually firstly clarifying, what's your story? Because we all make meaning out of things, and we all have stories about all sorts of areas. Maybe you're a parent, or as a fitness enthusiast, or as an employee or a business owner, whatever area, you have a story. And nutrition's no different. And that story in the background influences how we eat. And it's been, you've been working on that for many, many years. And in a sense, it's your identity. It's how you would identify yourself with this area. So, for example, a common one might be, I know what I should be eating and have good periods of eating well, but then I lose the plot. It's a common one, yeah? So you go well, and then it all falls apart. So what you'll do now is I want you to find a piece of paper or use that form that you'll find with this webinar, and write down your story. What is it that captures your relationship with nutrition? Right? And you could even write this in your NutriFit program diary if you've got one. Now cover up that story. So just take it out of the picture and give yourself now a blank page and write a new story. And here's the great news. We can reinvent ourselves at any time in life. We can start with a completely blank page. So here's something that might start to work for you. I am confident about what I eat and make good food choices every day to nourish my body and have an abundance of energy and health. It's a great story. And if that's in the background working for you, but you're not aware of it's in your subconscious, then that's going to start to direct you in a way that gives you that favorable outcome, that gives you the more energy and a level of vigor that has you be more productive and living a better quality of life. Now, of course, the problem is that when you develop a new story, it's going to go away quickly. In other words, the old one will come back. So how do you keep it in existence? Well, this is the next aspect where you use some nutrition words and also questions. So that should say questions, words and questions. So the first thing is, see if you can come up with 3 words that resonate for you, that really work to remind you what your new identity is. And these typically come out of your results. So there could be things like good words would be confident, strong, invigorated, proud, powerful, energized, or healthy. And you need to remind yourself of these words daily. So again, you've got to be consistent with what you do. Just like, progressing in any area, you've got to do things in a regular way for that to be reinforced, for that new story to be there and the old one to not have any room to exist. One good technique is actually to enter it into your phone as a calendar entry. It's what I do. I get buzzed twice a day at 9:30 and 5 p.m. And my words they're slightly broader than nutrition, but they are invigorated, prosperous, and grateful. And those words cue me into something I'm working on at the moment and place me in a space of that's how I feel, and that's how I will feel when that result has manifested. In fact, that reminds me that I've already gone there internally. So when you know that you've achieved that result internally, it's already happened, then it is only a matter of time until it happens externally. And the last bit is ask yourself 3 nutrition questions. This is a great one to really start opening up a lot of a lot of progress in any area. Again, use this for whatever you're working on. It could be exercise or your career, finances. Here with nutrition, here's some great questions. And you can ask when you're in the shower. This, when you're getting up in the morning, or just having breakfast. Ask yourself, how can I nourish my body more effectively today? Or on a meal by meal basis, before you eat, think of this question: is this food serving me right now? Before you dive into those fries, is this the best food to serve you for where you're moving forward? Or what about what foods can I eat today to be energized and healthy? So these are great questions that you can keep asking yourself, and again, at least 2 to 3 times each day. So if we start doing these little mindset adjustments, this works in the background, altering our actions, our behaviors, and then ultimately leading us to having those results that we've always wanted. So folks, that's it. I really thank you for being a part of this webinar. If you want to find out more, jump on my website, drnick.co.nz. You can get some free ebooks there. You can download my nutrition program guide. Follow me on Facebook at Dr. Nick, or email, and even give me a call if you just want to have a chat about, hey, what challenges you're having and how I might be able to help you out. So again, this is Dr. Nick signing off. Get out there, folks. Keep in action. Work on that mindset to master your nutrition. Thanks.